Vikings
ready. Jump in.
Banter week 4. Last week I said Vikings Weekly. That's no more. That doesn't exist anymore. Big W's. I just want to hear how everybody feels about this. I feel my parents were in town this weekend. Grandparents got to meet Khaleesi for the first time, and we all left just feeling relieved and realizing that like we're just back. It just feels like we're back.
That's
right?
how it feels, huh?
That's how you feel? Is we're back?
That's how you feel that we're back? Did you? We kept them. We almost gave them back the season back, but look,
the NFL's game by game. All you need is a W. You start stacking W's.
Look, I'm going to keep you around for the rest of my life. I'm so glad we met because you are the most positive, warm man I think I've ever met in my entire life. And
I appreciate
watch
that
this season and just be like, let's fucking go.
It's like Super Bowl. LJ bought his ticket to Vegas this week.
Look, I'm not going to be dark today. I'm not gonna shit on our parade. We won. I'm happy. I'm not actually happy we won. I was rooting against us. I'm not going to lie because I was ready for the full tank. But we won. But we were supposed to win. Like this, if we had lost, I would have smashed my face through something in a pseudo celebration.
But if we lose, it's kind of fun to be able to like prepare for the draft in October.
If we had lost, yes.
Yeah, if we lose, like it's kind of fun. Like you start watching college football
ready.
And be like, "Ooh, who are we gonna get?"
Well,
I was full
your
ready.
favorite time of the year is the draft. This would have been like the most iconic year for you. It's like
I would have been all in.
You would have been so locked in.
Yeah, draft day starting, 7 months in advance. It would have been rough. But also then you have the fear of like every week actually having to root against the team you love. Like
that hurts.
That's some dark shit.
That's hard. Have you guys ever done that before? Like
what's up?
Actively rooted against the Vikings?
I swear to God, I was rooting against us. Like I was trying to, but like the first pick 6, I was like, good. You know what? Fuck it. I'm done. Like I was texting you guys. I was like, I'm out. This is it. We're done. And then we came back. I was like, all right. Like I'm happy to see JJ get his touchdowns. Like he's just so good.
How about Addison? Zero
catches. I told you to pump the brakes on that best duo in the league. But
yeah, the best duo in the league is both of JJ's hands.
Yeah.
And that's the 2 best wide receivers in the league is his hands. Because we don't have another wide receiver. We don't have another person on the team that can catch a football.
No, it's crazy. I mean, what? Kirk had 139 yards passing, 85 were to Justin Jefferson.
Like, speaking of this, there was a time in the game, speaking about like rooting against the Vikings, there's a time in the game that I was like, maybe Kirk should demand a trade, and I think I would follow him.
You would follow him to the team,
just like you know how you just follow the quarterback. Like some of the Brady fans like went down to Tampa, like moved to Tampa,
and then in 10 years, someone's like, LJ, you're from Minnesota. How did you become a Tampa Bay Bucks fan? You're like,
exactly. Follow Kirk.
Huge Kirk Cousins guy. Like I'm more of a player guy. Just kind of turned into a Kirk Cousins.
There was a point in the second quarter where I was like, would that ever happen? Like, could that happen to me? I was starting to feel that way.
Yeah, but then what if it was the Jets and then you just like trade yourself off to like a more frustrating franchise
then you're an Aaron Rodgers fan.
Wow, that too. But
I like the Jets. Big Swiftie, big Jets fan, all of that. Love it.
Yeah, they were kind of surprising on Sunday night. Didn't you guys think?
Oh, it was impressive. They stayed in.
I'm not done with the Jets. I have not been done with the Jets.
The only problem with that is now we get like, at least if the Chiefs had steamrolled them, they might overlook us. Now they've got to go back to the drawing board. Like we were embarrassed on TV. We got to have a dominant win next week in front of T Swift.
Yeah.
But they have back-to-back road games now, and they have been shaky. The Chiefs have. So, the auto loss that we've predicted, is it really an auto loss? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we had a chance until fuckhead Byron Murphy Jr. decided to open his goddamn, like, you cannot play. Let's just get these rules out there. You don't talk shit to a team before you play them when it's like the best team in the league. You're the reigning Super Bowl champs, as if they don't have enough, they don't have enough talent. Now they have bulletin board material with Byron Murphy coming out and saying he's going to talk shit to Travis Kelce. Did you guys see this quote?
And he's the guy on our team that gets torched.
Exactly. Like, if you can fucking step in there, if you're if you're Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa or Micah Parsons, and like you're putting the team on your back, and
like Danielle Hunter, Danielle Hunter could like talk a little shit.
Danielle's starting to piss.
Yeah. Or Harrison this week could definitely talk shit. Yeah,
he's trying
to hit Mahomes.
What was the quote? I want to hear it. I didn't see it.
So he was talking about Taylor Swift attending the game, and he said that would be cool for sure, not for him, because we're going to try to get our hands on him in front of her. I'm going to say something to him to get him going.
Oh, so we're going to get destroyed.
Yeah. So Byron Murphy's coming out like, I'm going to go after their best player after Pat Mahomes, like someone he actually has to guard. Yeah. Also, matchup nightmare for Byron Murphy. I don't know what he's calling out. And then you're like, I'm going to go after this guy's girl. Like, bro,
we're fucked.
Well, like when you say, like, I'm going to be saying some things to him, you should be like, yo, I'm already in Taylor's DMs. Like, at least say something.
Do you want to know how we're really, really fucked, though? Is Mahomes will have beaten every team in the NFL except for the Chiefs, obviously, because he played for the Chiefs, with this win.
Fuck. Oh my God. It took Brady forever to do that.
Because the last
so we're undefeated against Patrick Mahomes.
He was hurt.
I don't think we played him.
No, we haven't played him. The last time we played him was when he was hurt with that dislocated kneecap. Yeah. And they had Matt Moore come in, and Matt Moore actually beat us.
Right.
That was like 2-3 years ago now.
But we are Patrick Mahomes' final boss.
Yeah, exactly. So he's already enthused coming in. Now Byron Murphy's going after his guy. I mean, it's just like shut the fuck up. Until you can put a team on your back, shut the fuck up.
No talking. Why are you talking? We're 1-3.
We don't need to.
You should be silent. Every player should be like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
They're the champs.
No interviews.
Done.
We have to beat them. Yeah. Target is on our back, not theirs.
I was pissed. I was like, no touchdown celebrations, no sack celebrations. Like, you're on timeout. Like, Vikings are on time.
Yeah. Why are you partying? It's like you're not allowed to party.
No,
I agree, because this is why I have faith in our team, though. It's as if like we like had full cardiac arrest and we were like revived. Because when you almost lose to the Panthers, that's it. The game, the season's done.
Right.
So like we basically we saw God, and now we're coming back home and we're going, yo, I get to live another day. There has to be some level of like, holy shit, that could have been horrible. We can have an okay season still. Like, it's still available to us. But we were 30 minutes away from like literally be talking about like what quarterbacks are available in the draft.
Well, on top of it, the Broncos did do us a favor as well on Sunday. Back and beating the Bears.
They did, yeah.
It was a huge opportunity for us. So shout out to Russell for the first time this season.
Wait, how did they help us? Just by beating a shittier team in our division?
Yeah.
Instead of fourth, we're third?
Exactly.
That doesn't help us. If anything, I need them to win so they don't get Caleb Williams.
We're chipping away.
And we helped.
They have the first and second pick, by the way. Do you know that? We helped
the Bears by beating Carolina.
We need the Bears to start winning a little, huh?
They get the Carolina pick too, so we just made that better.
Listen, they're so bad. I listened to Courtney Cronin talking about them on ESPN, and they're really, really bad. They might be. They're seriously going to get the first pick overall. Like, I really don't have any qualms about that. We're going to beat them in a couple weeks here after we lose to the Chiefs, but the Bears are super, super diseased in every way. Do you hear they had $100,000 worth of video equipment stolen? Something's going on with their defensive coordinator, Alan Williams. It's like totally dysfunctional. It's like you finally have your boy Fields throw for 300 yards and you lose. I mean, come on. They were behind by 21 points and they lost. Like, this is just not a good look for them. They're done.
Well, that's what's crazy, because I actually think they do have their quarterback still. As long as you like build around them. So if they have like the top 2 picks, Fields can stick around. You just get a little bit more talent around him, he's gonna be fine.
Nah, Caleb is a special talent. Caleb's comp in the NFL is Pat Mahomes. Like, this is
Yeah, you're taking Caleb Williams if you're the Bears. At this point, it looks like they're going to take him. Like, how are we going to be able to move up to that first or second pick with the Bears? It just won't happen.
If you're 25 teams in the NFL, you dump your quarterback right now for Caleb Williams. Like, good quarterbacks in the NFL get dumped immediately for this pick. This is like
this moment next year when Caleb Williams is not on the Minnesota Vikings. We're all like biting our tongue here. And
what about how do you feel about Shedeur Sanders instead of Williams? Luke, go first.
I mean, he's not even in the same realm yet.
You don't think so? He looked great against USC.
He looks very good.
Had a very, very nice pass. Threaded the needle between two guys.
He's got a nice arm, but USC has an awful defense. That's been proven for 2 years now. Caleb Williams has the Heisman. He took over the starting role in Oklahoma over the #1 high school quarterback, Spencer Rattler, a few years back. Like, this guy, and now he's just coming out and he's 6 touchdown passes against Colorado. He has 1 turnover on the season. The kid is a freak. I'm a USC fan, and I'm even trying to be not biased. Like, usually I shit on my own teams, as everyone knows from my
sick freak. Yeah,
he's just incredible. He's just incredible, bro.
Man, I want him.
He's going to be a Bear. He's going to be a Bear. Like, talk me out of it. Is he really going to come back? Is he going to come back for his senior year to stay away from the Bears? Is that really what's happening?
So
that's not a bad idea.
He said he can get paid more to stay in college, and he doesn't want to go to some teams, basically calling out Arizona. Doesn't want to go to Arizona. He did not name the Bears as a team he wanted to play for. He said he would like to play for the Raiders, Vikings, Giants. Like, he said specific teams he would.
He said Cowboys. He did say Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys isn't going to happen, but Cowboys was on the list. Like, he named specific teams he would go to the NFL draft for, and and basically left out the teams that he would rather stay in college because of the NIL money. He can make as much as he would in the NFL in college. So he might stay.
I think it's tight that we're on the list, we're on this short list.
Yeah. I mean, you get to play with Justin Jefferson immediately. Like, you've got to take that opportunity.
Like, what would we have to trade for with the Bears to get that? It would be an insane. We'd have to literally give up the third. If we finished the 3rd overall pick,
you'd have to give up at least 3 first-rounders. The next 3 first-rounders. That's like the starting conversation. Every team will do that. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a wild thing. But you know who
can't
sucks?
give up that much for one guy. That's that's a
you have nothing.
He's a generational. Everyone has such a hard on for Mahomes, and this is just like the spitting image of Mahomes.
Yeah.
And so this is what it is. It's just he has an insane value right now. Like, if you're his agent, you're just whistling for Like,
Niners gave up 2 first-rounders to get Trey Lance, or 3 first-rounders to get Trey Lance. Like, this is what the costs up there. But again, who isn't good and not worth fucking trading up for? Bryce Young. Did anyone watch that game and go, damn, this is the #1 pick? Like, this kid's gonna be special. I didn't see one fucking play.
We held him off the
this
board.
Kid is special.
0 touchdowns.
Gave him points. Yeah, exactly. Here's 7. Now come try to fight us
against the Vikings.
The worst defense. This kid sucks. I said it in the draft. CJ Stroud is lighting the league on fire with 300-yard games. And Anthony Richardson is so much better than I was expecting this soon, making fucking hard sidearm throws, running like a fucking gazelle. They're so much better than Bryce
Impressive.
Young.
Yeah.
Fuck that pickup.
So do we have any positive takeaways from this game? Did we figure anything out?
Yes. Let me say some things here. Wrote some things down about as milquetoast a performance on offense as we could have hoped for. Cousins 2 really bad picks. We can throw that one off when he got hit. Sure. We tried to run the ball a lot, which was weird to me, but I guess we really wanted to make it happen. We did it. But what was cool, encouraging points here we need to talk about. We finally got to the quarterback. But do I put that on Bryce Young being shitty or our defense getting home? I don't know. I'm going to put it on Bryce Young being indecisive and a rookie quarterback.
Well,
but at least we got some sacks. Smith got involved. Finally looked like his old self. He had 0 sacks last year. He has 2 this last game. It's amazing to see.
0 last year?
0.
They didn't have him blitz. Ed Donatel kept him in the backfield like a fucking idiot.
He did have 4 or 5 picks last year, though. So
yeah, he did.
You could see he sat back in coverage. He has 0 this year. So
yeah,
because like Flores is starting to try to like open up some packages and do something a little bit different now, isn't he?
Well, John sent that.
That's
one
what I'm
video
saying. It's encouraging.
Yeah. You sent that play where it was everybody on the line, and it's like, who the hell is coming? Who's dropping back? Like, it's great because he disguises all these things.
That's that old school Zin
so that's what
I remember.
Well, a little bit different. He had more of a gap control thing, but this one, I think we just confused Bryce Young. We came out with these weird kind of formations he'd probably never seen before, or they weren't even on tape. And so I think that really threw him off. So I don't put too much stock in our defense saying, oh, we're back or whatever, but it was definitely encouraging to see that, getting after the quarterback and making him look uncomfortable. If we didn't do that, then it's like, whoa, guys, we're really, really bad.
Yeah. Cam Akers finally having a couple moments with us. That was a great situation. Did you see because there's been so much movement in the media about Cam and the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Kirk's little statement?
What did Kirk say?
He was just like, I really he's really great for the locker room. Basically, going behind it. I mean, he's just been awesome energy, great for the locker room. He's a great guy to have around. He's really been integral in this team energy or something. I was like, all right. Kirk.
It seemed like he has a little bit of a spark that we were talking about missing last week, though, right?
Yeah.
He puts everybody. I don't know. I just think he puts even Madison in check, which is always just valuable. Where it's hey, you bring in a younger guy. He seems like he's got a little bit more giddy up in him. And I don't know. He seemed like he was fighting for yards more than we've seen a running back this year do it.
They both played well. It looked better than it has in weeks past. It was sad to see Ty Chandler completely out of the game plan. I thought he did enough in the last game to warrant at least a few touches or a handful of plays. But yeah, I mean, we didn't go for the jugular like a lot of the games last year. I think they were playing it safe. Okay, Kirk's already thrown a couple picks. Let's just run this clock out, get this win, get back on the board. If we were fucking airing it out, trying to just, go deep for the rest of the game or get Addison involved because he hadn't been, then you run the risk of getting another pick 6 and maybe losing that. And then that's crushing. But my big takeaway that I'm going to go a little deeper on the nerdy side today because we should have beaten the Panthers. I'm glad we did. But the big takeaway so far this season for me, Ivan Pace Jr., the undrafted linebacker that we talked about in the summer before the draft even, this kid is a revelation. He could be our starting middle linebacker and run this defense for the next 10 years. The kid is ranked in the entire NFL from Pro Football Focus, which is what the NFL uses to grade players. He's ranked 8th in the NFL, which is our list of any defensive player at any position, higher than Daniil, higher than everyone. He's 8th in the entire NFL in linebackers.
That's awesome.
Is he getting a lot of tackles or what is that rank?
Yeah. Ton of tackles.
So it's just because his head's on the ball all the time.
He's reading the plays. He's getting there. He's delivering the messages to the rest of the team, where to move, what to see.
Where did he go to school again?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's got a very sharp processing brain. You can see just the way he moves and how he kind of hunts for the ball. It's kind of fun watching him. Definitely watch number 40 and how he directs traffic. I almost don't want to say this. It reminds me a little bit of Luke Kuechly in terms of his presentation, pointing things out, just his savviness and ball awareness. But yeah, I mean, it's very impressive to watch. Thanks for noting that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's undersized for the position. Usually, I think that's why he was passed over in the draft and went undrafted, because he's only 6 foot. Usually you want that guy to be 6'4", 6'5", be able to see over the lineman. But he plays it to his advantage because he's fast. He gets in between the tackles. They can't find him to block him. And he's blowing up these run plays deep in the backfield. He's a fucking, I'm really enjoying watching him grow. As far as the rest of the defenders, I mean, we all know what the problem is here. Cornerback. Caleb Evans is our highest rated cornerback at 39. And then Byron Murphy, Mr. Loudmouth, is 96. Like, you're ranked 96th in the NFL in just cornerbacks, and you're out there yapping. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Safety, Cam Bynum's actually been really good. He's ranked 8th. And Josh Metellus 13. Hitman, despite his really good game yesterday, is ranked 29. But that's all like a decent group. The safeties aren't as bad as I was expecting.
Wait, is Lewis Cine hurt?
Yes.
Always.
So we got to remember now, Lewis Cine plays Harrison Smith's position.
Yeah.
That's why we don't see him on the field. They like having Metellus being a rover out there with Smith. I don't know if you guys have noticed. They've been sending Metellus and Harrison Smith have been blitzing more than any other defensive back in the league by a wide margin. The third one is Kyle Hamilton. So they're sending those two guys like crazy. And so I think, Cine will probably get involved, I think, when Smith has an injury or something like that.
But if he's always hurt or whatever is going on, if you have talent, you'll get on the field. Like, especially like when it comes to being a defensive back, like there's so many of these intangibles that you go, you should be able, like a great defensive back should be able to play cornerback, D-back, these like random little slot positions that they put out there every once in a while. And you can't be an injury prone cornerback or safety. It just doesn't work. Yeah.
But you just said the key thing that upsets me is if you have talent, they find a way to get you on the field.
You're out there.
Especially somebody like Ryan Flores, who comes up with creative packages and likes to rotate guys out. Like we got Marcus Davenport and DJ Wanham rotating. Like there's so many players you could put in at nickel or something and get 3 safeties out. Put him at free safety. Like he doesn't have to play strong safety. It's like the guy Theo Jackson is who I want to see more of.
Yeah.
6'2" safety out of Tennessee. We got in 6th round last year. This kid is finding a way to get on the field. He's playing both safety positions. He's all over, and he's played way better than I was expecting. And he's kind of a matchup nightmare. 6'2" safety is a big dude.
So who do you have out there on Sunday if you are Brian Flores?
Everyone. There's no one good enough to like keep a position and be like, no one's getting on my field. Like everyone needs all hands on deck. Keep Daniil at his corner, but like rotate guys out, confuse the defense. Like until we get a better overall personnel, we've got to just come up with shit. And that's what Brian Flores is good at. I just don't think Lewis Cine won't get on the field. Like,
because you do have to see like, I like that call where it's like just one, maybe what you're seeing in practice doesn't translate to a game with some of these guys. They're all pro athletes. See who's a gamer.
Yeah, the kid fucking hit, man. At Georgia, he was lighting people up. And then even in the preseason, we were seeing highlights left and right. John and I thought he was going to be part of the opening day, like starting roster right away. And then every game he's like a scratch or he doesn't get on the field. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Is he really hurt though? That was a weird hamstring injury. It wasn't really discussed. They didn't say it happened in practice. It was just like, boom, he's out hamstring. I thought that was a little strange too.
And if you want to be a gamer, dude, like you look at, I was watching like Dion's like little behind the scenes stuff going on into this week where he's like changing his sock and they cut his toe off. Like, and even Dion at the end of his career, he was one of those guys that was like injury prone a little bit. But if you're actually a gamer, like you can't let like little hamstring things get in the way of you get on the field, especially if you're a defensive person.
Ronnie Lott, man, cut his hand, cut his finger off. Come on.
No, he bit part of his pinky off in order to play because they said, hey, your finger's too mangled to play. So he's like, well, if I bite it off, will I be able to play? And they're like, oh my God. I don't think he ended up. I can't remember the name of that, like what ended up happening with that story. But yes, he ended up biting a tip of his finger.
Bite it off.
Yeah. Come on, Cine, bite your fucking hamstring off. Get on the field.
I mean, I like hamstring that is, where you're getting like so much of your explosiveness from, but still, like we're fucking losing. Get on the field.
Absolutely.
What has he been doing so much to even blow a hamstring?
It's not playing football.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, did he do it on a jet ski this summer? Like he hasn't been doing shit.
Minnetonka's fun.
No.
I mean, going forward, we still need the O-line's got to get better. The talent is there. This Austin Schlottman kid has actually stepped up kind of nice for Garrett Bradbury.
Yes.
First, it wasn't looking good, but now they've got a little bit of camaraderie. So him and Ezra Cleveland are ranked 12th at their position. Ed Ingram is 22. Brian O'Neill is elite. He's 5. Darrisaw.
Finally.
Yeah. And
O'Neill and Darrisaw finally played better, less tackle bullshit. So I'm happy with that. But Ingram needs to sit down. We got to start exploring Dalton Reisner coming in there and taking up that right guard spot, because this Ed Ingram stuff happens every week. It's 1 or 2 plays that really cost us. That was the one, the Kirk Cousins pick, the floating duck was on Ed Ingram.
Was that ball was kind of out before he got hit though?
But it's the pressure. He feels it, then he throws quick because somebody's coming, so he tries to get rid of it. He doesn't. Yeah. You just start. It's like if you guys watched that pathetic game last night, the Danny Dimes stuff. It's like a lot of those throws weren't. And I hate Daniel Jones. I think it was the dumbest thing the Giants could have done. But 11 sacks, that's just the sacks. You've been pressured, 25 times. Like you just eventually start going, fuck, they're coming again. Like I gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, you get the yips and
going on. Yeah, exactly.
This game's so built on momentum, right? So it's like I do see how that throws you off.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, look, the offensive line last year was elite. Now it's like kind of middle of the road, like above average. Like we need, similar to defense, like we need all hands on deck. You got to find a way to make these average units above average. Like that, the cornerbacks are terrible. Safeties are above average. Linebackers are pretty good. Ivan Pace has been really good. Jordan Hicks is ranked 16. So like this is a very middle of the road. Obviously, our shining point is offense, with JJ being, he's rated 2, but we all know he's the best.
Who's number 1 right now?
I think Tyreek so far this season has
been. Well, but that's like fucking cheat code shit after that stupid game.
I mean, what do you mean?
Those stats in yards
right now?
For so
long.
No,
in rating. So in Pro Football Focus PFF rating, they have him 1 just because he's like blasting through man coverage and finding holes in zone. Like he's really so difficult to defend.
So for Sunday, I mean, obviously Travis Kelce, beyond our game plan of talking shit about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Who else? What else can we do on defense side to really, really get to Patrick Mahomes? Because at the end of the day, like, it's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. The rest of their receivers have not been that great this season. You got Sky Moore.
Rashee Rice dropped a gore. These guys all have just gotten worse. The unit is bad. It is a below average.
Are just not what they were.
Kadarius Toney is not who we thought he was. I really thought he would have a huge year. Didn't look that great. He's had a couple bad drops early in the year.
First game.
You know what? I even look at the Chiefs in general here. They're both of their tackles have committed a ton of penalties. They had a pretty bad face mask in the end zone. I don't know if you guys saw that. That resulted in a safety. They had a couple bad holds.
Which was bullshit, by the way. What a bullshit.
All right. Well, say what you like, though. They've committed these penalties. They've committed these penalties, and they didn't cover the spread against the Jets. So this team is fallible. They lost to the Lions, right? And they didn't look. The only game they looked great against was the Bears. And again, the Bears we've discussed in length here a little bit, are total trash. Yeah. So they have back-to-back road games now. They barely snuck by the Jets, and now they got the Vikings. Now, do we take this as an opportunity? Hey, can we sneakily beat them? And does that cover our loss against the Bucs? I don't know. But I'm saying here, it's like this is an opportunity for us early in the year to potentially steal one against the Chiefs. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go out and beat them, but I'm saying they are fallible. They do have their holes. If we can get to Mahomes early and often, I think we have a shot at potentially covering the spread 5.5.
So you're taking away your auto loss?
You think
I'm saying cover the spread 5.5.
Just cover the spread.
You're just going based on betting.
Yeah. Cover the spread. You didn't get your Adam Thielen touchdown, but I think what you could potentially bet on this week that would be a lock against the Vikings would be a Jerick McKinnon touchdown.
You're going Jerick.
So he's like,
Pacheco,
he's looked good. He's had a couple. Pacheco's looking very good.
I know, but McKinnon against the Vikings, I'm telling you,
they love the player coming back home type thing.
Oh yeah, and he's like
so rude. It's so mean. Like, we're the one that gave you a fucking chance.
Yeah.
We put you on the map. You went and got paid elsewhere. You died after you left us, and now you want to come back and fuck us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, I might text you, John, to put in a McKinnon touchdown for me.
Look,
I can't have to stay in California.
I can do. Yeah, okay. We can work something out here.
I think early in the season is always when the Chiefs are at their most vulnerable. They always, I'm almost certain they're undefeated in the final month of the season in Pat Mahomes' career. So all of his losses come early, and then they figure it out as they go, and they start to get the momentum late, and then they're back in the playoffs, you know? So there is a possibility that the Vikings go, we remember who we were last year. We got the home crowd. We're coming in, you know, and we actually could get a win. It's just, you need to get pressure on Pat Mahomes. You need to stay patient in your lanes. Don't let him outside, because that's when he starts doing his magic and picking up first downs with his feet and pissing off the defense. It's tough. I mean, I think you got to go back to the zone defense that gave them fits 2 seasons ago. But we're going to be seeing Pat Mahomes picks those up quick, and he likes to just dump it to receivers. Like, this is going to be a tough one. We got to get pressure. If Daniil can get off his block,
their shitty receiver, their questionable receivers can come into play.
Yeah, no, if they drop key passes and get off the field with a couple, 3 and outs, that starts to upset Pat, and that's when Pat starts to take risks, and then we could get some turnovers. Like that interception he had on Sunday with the Jets, where he just like tried to lob it over 2 guys and they just caught, and he was like, my bad. Like, he takes these risks thinking like, this is a team that's below me. I can take this risk. So good. Capitalize on that. But Byron Murphy, shut the fuck up.
Then again, with Byron Murphy, Taylor Swift is probably going to ruin Kelsey's career. So it's nice to just kind of start biting at his heels.
So, hey, guys, huge point here. Is Taylor coming to Minneapolis?
I think she might be.
Yeah.
I think
and then what if she doesn't? And then it comes down to her being the good luck charm for Travis Kelce.
Well, so far, Travis has not looked good in front of her. His usual superstar Hall of Fame numbers have not been coming this season. But that scares the shit out of me again, because it's like,
because, dude, we all know Taylor Swift sings it in all of her songs. She's an exhausting girlfriend. Exhausting. The worst of them. He's staying up late. She's texting too much. Like, she's at the game because she just wants to make sure he's not cheating. Like, she is hovering. That's what's happening. She's just like, I just got to make sure he's not cheating. It's like, babe, I'm at the game. Like, you can watch it at NBC. And she's like, I'm going to sit by your mom and make sure everything's cool here.
I got a good view from where I'm at. Thanks.
Yeah.
So he's not cheating with a cheerleader or what?
I don't even believe that this relationship is real. I honestly think this is like WME like came up with this idea with the NFL and with Taylor Swift, the Eras tour, and with fucking Pfizer and Travis Kelce.
That commercial, Travis with his fucking Band-Aid. My respect level went from like 70.
That's why I'm claiming deep state on this. This is a deep, dark Illuminati bomb.
Everybody grab their hat and put it on. We need a tinfoil hat session of
we need.
Everybody grab their conspiracy for the week. I'm 100% with LJ. They fucking showed her ass, and then the next commercial. I've never seen a Taylor Swift commercial on ESPN. I've been watching.
Yes, the Eras tour came right on afterwards.
They showed it for a movie she's doing, like Eras tour, fucking horrible garbage.
Why would she ever have to advertise the Eras tour? When you ever see an artist advertise their tour on TV?
It's a movie.
Sold out. Oh, it's a movie?
It's a movie, like a documentary of her tour. So
even
wait a second.
Stupider movies. Yeah. The only time you ever see movies of like the tour is like it shows up on Amazon and whatever. And you're like, oh wow, okay, Justin Bieber has behind the scenes. I didn't know.
I like that one. That Bieber one was good.
Of course, well, Bieber's like the greatest of all time. Yeah.
That was a great one.
That's so funny though.
It's so phony. You can tell
they're gonna show her like 20 fucking times. She's gonna be in Minneapolis. She's gonna go to the poorhouse. I don't even know what to watch. Tom's Watch Bar. I don't know what she's gonna do down there. Right?
Not gonna go any of those places. She's gonna go private jet, U.S. Bank, private jet.
100%.
Not hanging out.
Maybe
flies into what, Eden Prairie, right? Yeah.
Flying cloud.
Okay, so back to the football side of this. So if we do find a way to pull off a win against the Chiefs, then I have to abandon all hopes at Caleb because that'll just be gone. But then we get the Bears, and with that, we could be back to 3-3 with a whole new outlook on the season.
If we win, I know John's going to be he's going to lose his mind. He's going to be excited. He's going to start seeing Super Bowls and like all these different things in his brain. Luke, we haven't really seen you go through the shift of a season like this. How quickly do you turn from doom and gloom to, wait, I might need to just check really quick how expensive Vegas tickets are?
You don't.
I don't.
Because the price of the ticket doesn't matter. I'm saying, when do you check? Just like, maybe I'm going to Vegas.
No, you're always doom and gloom.
Yeah, because I've seen fucking Blair Walsh and I've seen Gary Anderson. I've seen all these things happen that I'm like, if I let my heart get hurt again, like, I don't know if I'll survive this time. You know, you just get hurt so many times. Like, even if we were up 15 in the Super Bowl, I would go, you remember the Atlanta Falcons were up 28-3. We're still fucked.
Then they do a close shot and it's Gary Anderson like waving, and we're all like, why the fuck did you just show Gary Anderson?
Yeah.
Like Brett Favre shows up standing next to Gary and Blair, and they're like hand in hand. I'm like, no, the fucking three horsemen.
That would actually be like the funniest like troll Super Bowl commercial.
So
if some point
I wouldn't even be like happy. Yeah.
Oh my God. I would honestly produce that commercial. It'd be kind of funny. Just like, nee.
I can tell you, if we beat the Chiefs, my brain turns on and everything, like, I'm optimistic now, but if we beat the Chiefs, everything changes in my brain.
So the Chiefs, obviously, and then we go to Chicago. We should win. If we don't, panic button.
It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game.
Okay. So
do
you climb back into the coffin? Do you climb back into the coffin, though, if we get blown out by the Chiefs?
I'm already in the coffin. What am I climbing back into? I'm laying in the coffin. I'm just close it.
I mean, it's fun being a Vikings fan because sometimes you get to see great quarterback performances on the other side. So I have no problem with the other side.
No, it's not.
We've seen some of the greatest. Good. Have you ever you watch historic NFL like the old docs?
It's all
Vikings purple, just chasing some hero down the field, and wait, what happened?
It's a serious problem. Every fucking time I see a highlight, it's like Michael Vick splitting the defenders, then Dallas going deep, and then Pittsburgh, and you're just like the Raiders. Like, fuck, man, can we get off these goddamn
highlight reels? We're highlight reels.
Just really piling over us. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody kills us.
Yes.
Hey, so Luke, you do know the Raiders curse conspiracy we discussed last year, right? About the Vikings. Are you aware of that?
I know a few Raiders curses, but which one are you?
Remember this one, LJ, with the conspiracy, the Raiders conspiracy curse with the Vikings. Remember how they were playing them in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And
remind
me of that one. So there was a
you remind us.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the owner of the
Raiders?
Was it Mark Davis? Yes, owner of the Raiders.
Oh, the guy with the little he's got the Dumb and Dumber haircut.
Yes.
Oh man.
What about this though?
I gotta find it.
He just knows it's good. It's good. He doesn't know what
they were going for the moving from the AFL to the NFL, and the Vikings were one of the teams to block them, I believe. Man, I gotta find this curse again.
I don't think Mark Davis has the ability to curse. Al Davis.
Al Davis.
Yeah.
No, it's a clown.
Wait, okay, but how did they curse? I need to know everything.
He's got to pull it up first. But
there was something about the NFL AFL merger, and the Raiders wanted to be involved, and the one team that didn't want them to be involved was the Vikings. And so after that, we were never able to win a Super Bowl because they were AFL NFL merger were forced.
Oh my God.
I gotta find this back up.
What I need to know is how they actually do these curses and like how I can learn.
He felt like the NFL was against his team from being successful. That's what it was.
Yeah, they crushed the 70s. We suck. We had the Fran Tarkenton years and some NFL championships before they changed it to the Super Bowl after the merger, and we haven't had one since.
And they beat us in the Super Bowl as a result. It was sort of like a fuck you to the Vikings.
Got it. So that was
everybody has highlights against us.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I can't believe. Yeah.
I was going to say, so far this season, we've had the 12th hardest strength of schedule. And for the rest of the season, we have the 16th hardest remaining. So it doesn't really get any easier.
But that's middle of the pack. That means we just have an average schedule.
But we're 1-3 so far in that middle of the pack schedule.
Yeah.
We still got the Chiefs. We still got the Niners, both at home, thankfully. We got the Packers twice. We got Cincinnati. New Orleans defense looks nasty. Hopefully Denver doesn't figure it out before we get to them. We should beat Atlanta. We should beat Vegas.
I only saw the box score with the Packers in Detroit. Did the Packers actually keep up with Detroit?
The Packers, no, they look like bitches. They're finally
really bad.
How I thought they would in the beginning.
Jordan Love, terrible under pressure. One of the worst quarterbacks under pressure. I can't wait for us to assault him with Brian Flores defense.
Okay,
can't wait
him or whatever. Murphy Jr.
Yeah, he's looking to assault. Now, and they just lost Bakhtiari. Obviously been their, Hall of Fame level left tackle for years now. And it looks like he might just retire mid-season because he's had 4 surgeries on his knee in 3 years. Like that's over. So their O-line is not going to get any better. Doesn't look like they're going to trade for Jonathan Taylor. So that looks like that's going to be their team. But yeah, they're easily beatable. I'm not impressed by Jordan Love whatsoever.
It's crazy. Okay.
Oh, and then the fucking NFL decided to change their rules on gambling mid-season and granted Jameson Williams and all the cheater-ass Lions players like, hey, by the way, you guys can play this week. What? They were supposed to be out till week 7. Now Jameson Williams is back. That's such
you should be able to bet, though. I love it that these guys can bet.
Sure, but they got arrested under the rules.
I would love to see like JJ at halftime put up a huge like $20,000 bet to himself anytime touchdown.
Hey guys.
Yeah. And just be like, dude, we all getting rich today. Bet on me. I'm betting on myself.
Yep.
Craziness.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we are. This is week 4. This is a very undecided team. We are in a dangerous fandom territory right now. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen.
The precipice of deciding how we go about the rest of the year falls on this week. Because look, if we fight hard against the Chiefs, we go, okay, you know what? We've seen the best and we can match the best. If we get blown out, fuck it, blow it up.
So what are our scores? What are we feeling?
I think we lose, but we cover. I think it's more high scoring than people. 35-31 Chiefs. There we go.
They're like an extreme version of us. They've got the much better quarterback, obviously, but they only have one receiving threat, similar to JJ and Kirk. Their defense is way overrated with one great player, Chris Jones. They're like they're like the successful version of us. So I'll say 34-28.
Who? Chiefs?
Yeah, Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, he's not going Vikings.
No.
Betting against your own team?
I bet against us every week, baby.
You always have?
No, I took us against the Panthers. I actually took us against the Bucks too. So
first time betting against us. Okay.
I was just saying the Vikings. Come on, Mr. Positive.
I like 21-17 Vikes. I think The only way
17
is Pat not showing up.
I just think I think the only way we win this is just like some odd, messy, little bit of a turnover battle.
They scored 17 against the Jaguars.
I just am seeing like a little bit of a messiness. I don't see us like, I think that's us firing on all cylinders, but like obviously there's going to be stumbling blocks, and then somehow we kind of irk this thing out.
I'm going 24-21. I'm sticking with the Vikings.
How cute.
I know.
That's right.
Overall,
you've never bet against the Vikings with money though, right, Luke?
No, I usually don't bet in general.
Okay.
I don't ruin I'm no Pete Rose, bro. I'm not trying to get suspended.
Johnny, what bets you got on the line this week?
Yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't really bet the Vikings, and if I was to do that, it'd probably be the over. I would say.
But what do you have for like NFL in general this week, bet wise?
I haven't looked at it.
Have you been betting with Colorado at all? Are you caught up in that hype over there?
What do you mean?
With the Buffaloes, are you caught up in the Dion primetime hype?
Oh yeah. I'm hearing a lot about it. I'm seeing a lot about it here, and obviously like at the supermarket, people are running around with Buffs stuff everywhere. It's like the buzz. People are talking about it in general, like at work, and people, you know what I mean? They'll share with you their feelings on it. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool that they're finally like on the, you know, on like they're spotlighted, national spotlight. It's like everyone's like thinking, who are the Bucks playing this week? It's super cool. Like I saw USC driving in with the 3 coach buses with like police escort. You know, it's cool to see like they you know, they felt like it was a moral victory. They played really well against SC.
They came back.
Yeah, and so it's like the Buffs were always on the map in the 90s. They were like a big time team, like top 10 team for years. So do I think they're going to get back to that? Absolutely. Just by the fact that, you know, people are going to want to go play for Dion prime time. It's like,
who was that one skier that was also like a punt returner at the Buffaloes? That was like awesome.
Was it Jeremy Ross? Is that right?
You're close with Jeremy. You're right there. You're somewhere.
No, that's
U.S. gold medalist.
Jeremy. He played for the Eagles, right? No, this guy. Oh man. Yeah, he was like he didn't play in college because he got banned for getting money skiing for Team USA. Right.
I think a good spread for the week is Chicago at Washington. I still think Washington sucks asshole, even if they gave the Eagles a tough time. Chicago plus
Jeremy Bloom. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeremy Bloom.
Jeremy Bloom was sick, dude. One of my favorites.
What about Ravens -4.5 against the Steelers?
Ravens, I see them at -3.5. And
I would take that. Fuck that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I always think the Steelers have a shot because their defense is so good, but fuck, that offense has been bad. I think they're 29th in the league in yards per game, 29th in points. Like, they got to fix that. So yeah, for now, I think the Ravens. But those divisional games are always so tight.
Is that where OBJ is now, though?
Yeah, but
OBJ does not play football. OBJ is sitting with Louis Sean, catching some rays.
All right. How about
you know I'm waiting for him. He's on my fantasy roster, just waiting.
Oh,
I'm ready for him.
I'm gonna be waiting.
What do you guys think of Arizona +3.5
against who?
Bengals.
Bengals.
They're at home. Arizona has been tough.
Bengals get it together.
Josh Dobbs has impressed me,
dude.
And where has Burrow been?
Nowhere.
But I just traded for him last night in fantasy, so I'm hoping this is the week against a shitty ass Arizona team.
I have Burrow.
You can't be betting against Burrow. Like, dude, he's just having a money slump. His money's holding him back for like a second. He's buying houses, sports cars, going out all the time.
Yeah, he just got paid. Dude's finding ways to.
You can't bet against Joe Burrow. He is still going to be like one of the faces of the league. He's not going anywhere. 3 weeks doesn't do any justice to put him out.
The calf strain has given him fits, but whatever, man. Now he's got 4 weeks under his belt. Jamar Chase is clapping at him. He's pissed. Jamar Chase said after the game, I'm always open. I'm always fucking open. So that's a direct shot at Joe Burrow. Like, throw me the fucking ball.
That's his boy.
Fractured his rib. Now it's time. Like, just dump to Jamar Chase.
Crazy.
He only had 70 yards, you know?
Yeah. No, he's got to get it to him.
All right, this is Vikings banter. We got to get out of here. Midweek slump, rocking and rolling.
Skol Vikes.
Skol. God bless you all. Roll Toms.
Roll Toms.
Hello, John just left.